Okay, so good morning English majors. Today we're going to discuss about syntax. Syntax is the branch of linguistics that studies how words are arranged to form phrases, clauses, and sentences in a language. It focuses on the rules and principles that govern sentence structures, including word order, agreement, and hierarchical relationships between elements. Syntax explains why certain combinations of words are grammatically correct while others are not, even if they contain the same vocabulary. So, as English majors, I want you to stop saying wrong grammar. Yan, wrong grammar. Mali yan. Wrong grammar. That's incorrect. Grammar can never be wrong. Okay? Parang sinabi mong wrong science. Di ba? Ang weird. Wrong mathematics. Dapat, ang proper is grammatically incorrect or grammatically wrong. Yun. Ganun ang proper way of saying wrong grammar. So, tigilan mo yan. It's ungrammatical. O yun, ungrammatical. It's ungrammatical to say wrong grammar. It's grammatically incorrect to say wrong grammar. Okay? Pwede mo ring sabihin, syntactic error. That is syntactically incorrect. So yan, pinapasosyal lang natin. Pag sinabi nating syntax, once again, ang main concern naman natin dito is phrases, clauses, and sentences. Whereas ang morphology, ano nga ulit yung morphology? It's the study of formation of words. So paano ba nakakabuo ng isang sentence? It's going to be through phrase, through clause, and then we have a sentence. What is a phrase? A phrase is a group of words that acts as a single unit in a sentence, but does not contain both a subject and a predicate. Hence, it cannot express a complete thought. So, ito yung mga types of phrases. Phrase muna tayo. Centers on a noun, we have the noun phrase. Centers on a verb, we have the verb phrase, adjective phrase, adverb phrase, prepositional phrase. So, pwede mong i-pause yung video para intindihin to. Pero, I believe na mas mabilis natin maintindihan to kung magpo-proceed tayo with an example. Let's have a drill. The tall building. This is not a sentence and this is not a clause as well. This is a phrase. Bakit? Ano nga ba ibig sabihin ng phrase? A phrase is a group of words that has either a subject or a verb. So basically, kung merong subject pero walang verb, that is a phrase. Kung meron namang verb pero walang subject, and kung meron namang verb pero walang subject, that is also a phrase. Kung parehas namang subject and verb ay nawawala, that is also a phrase. So the tall building, meron ba kayo dito nakikitang verb? Wala. So we can argue na this is a subject. This is a subject, pero wala siyang verb. Therefore, this is a phrase. Has been studying hard. Has been studying hard. Meron ba kayo nakikitang verb? Meron tayong nakikitang verb. Meron ba kayo nakikitang subject? Wala. So this is a phrase. Extremely beautiful. Meron ba kayo nakikitang subject? Wala. Meron ba kayo nakikitang verb? Wala. So extremely beautiful is also a phrase. Now, i-distinguish naman natin anong klaseng phrase yung mga yan. The tall building. Anong klaseng phrase ang the tall building? This is a noun phrase. Bakit? Because kung titignan mo to, the tall building, actually gawa tayo ng sentence. The tall building is amazing. Let's say yan yung sentence natin. The tall building is amazing. Di ba sabi ko nga, a phrase is a group of words. So, nagpa-function siya together. Pero wala lang siyang subject or wala siyang verb or parehas nawawala. So, the tall building, agree ba kayo na pwede nating palitan tong the tall building with a pronoun Gawin natin it. It is amazing. It is amazing. Di ba pwede naman? That's because the tall building, even though three words yan, they function all together. So ano yung function ng the tall building? It functions as a noun phrase. Ano ba yung purpose ng noun? Di ba ang purpose ng noun is that it names things or objects or places. So in this case, the tall building, tumatayo siya as a noun. Okay? But it is a phrase. Kasi wala naman siyang verb. Dinagdagan lang natin siya ng sentence ngayon para magets nyo. Has been studying hard. So anong klaseng phrase to? Obviously, this is a verb phrase. Bakit? Ayun no, verb to lahat eh. Has been studying. This is a verb phrase. Extremely beautiful. This is an adjective phrase because it tells something about the noun. Extremely beautiful. Although walang noun dito, it is implied na it tells something about a noun. So this is an adjective phrase. Okay, has been studying hard. Nasabi ko na yan. How about this one? Very quickly. What kind of phrase is this? This is an adverb. Adverb. Remember, pag sinabi nating adverb, it tells something or it modifies the verb, the adjective, or a fellow adverb. Under the bridge. So, walang subject, wala ding verb. Under the bridge. But it tells something about a location. So, this is a prepositional phrase. PP. Prepositional phrase. So, balik tayo. A noun phrase centers on a noun or a pronoun and it functions as a subject or object. So, pwede mo siyang makita sa harap ng sentence, pwede mo siyang makita sa likod ng sentence. Or pwede din siyang maging complement. So, pag sinabi natin complement, it just adds more information to our object. So, the diligent student. This is just a noun phrase. Wala naman kayong makikita ditong verb. So, this is a noun phrase. A verb phrase naman is writing an essay. Wala naman tayong subject. So, it consists of a main verb and sometimes may auxiliaries or complements. Yan. Sometimes may auxiliaries siya. Pag sinabi natin auxiliaries, helping verb yan. Okay? So, for example, ang main verb natin is writing. Pero para masabi natin na this is in the present progressive tense, maglagay tayo ng auxiliary na is. Okay? Alright. And then we have adjective phrase. What are adjective phrases? It modifies a noun or a pronoun with an adjective as its head. So, very intelligent. Okay? And then we have adverb naman. Modifies a verb, adjective, or another adverb. So, quite slowly. Gaano daw? Quite slowly. And then we have the prepositional phrase, which of course shows the position. Preposition shows the position. Okay? Okay, was singing loudly. Ano to? This is a verb phrase. A group of tourists. This is a noun phrase. Quite difficult to solve. Quite difficult to solve. Medyo mahaba to. So what is this? This is an adjective phrase. In the middle of the night. This is what? This is a prepositional phrase. Too carefully. Gaano daw? Too carefully. This is an adverb phrase. So if it names something, it is a noun. If it shows action or state, it is a verb. If it describes a noun, adjective. If it modifies a verb or an adjective or a fellow adverb, it is an adverb. If it shows relationship or the place, it is preposition. Punta naman tayo sa clauses. The best way for us to explain clauses is that it contains a subject and a predicate. Or rather, it contains a subject and a verb. Now, may dalawang klase ng clause. It can either be independent or dependent clause. An independent clause contains a subject and a predicate and can stand alone. For example, she passed the exam. Halimbawa, no? Nasa loob tayo ngayon ng isang kwarto, pumasok yung kaibigan mo at sinabi niya bigla, she passed the exam. On its own, may meaning siya and it can stand alone kasi nagigets mo. Paano naman? Paano naman? Kung pumasok yung friend mo sa loob, tapos bigla niya sinabi, because she passed the exam. Because she passed the exam. Parang, ang weird, di ba? Saan galing yung because? So, dyan na papasok yung dependent clause, also known as subordinate clause. A dependent clause is a clause that also has a subject and a predicate, but it cannot stand alone. And it depends on an independent clause. So, kailangan niyang idikit sa isang independent clause. So, for example, because she studied hard. Imagine, pumasok sa loob yung kaibigan mo, nagko-computer ka ngayon, nakikinig ka ngayon sa lesson ko, pumasok ngayon yung kaibigan mo sa loob, tapos bigla niya sinabi, because she studied hard. Oo, meron nga tayong subject, she. Meron nga din tayong predicate, studied hard. Pero anong connect? Di ba kailangan ng context? It cannot stand alone. Key distinction. An independent clause expresses a complete thought while a dependent clause does not and function as part of a sentence. Because she was late. Sabihin niyo sa akin kung dependent or independent. Because she was late. Obviously, this is going to be dependent. The teacher explained the lesson. Independent. Although she studied hard. Dependent. They went to the park. Independent. When the bell rang. When the bell rang. Intindihin nyo, may context ba? Wala. So this is dependent. I finished my homework. Independent. Since it was raining heavily. Since it was raining heavily, ano sunod? 'Di ba kulang? So this is dependent. She smiled at her friend. Independent. A sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete thought and usually contains a subject and a predicate. So dito na nagkakalito-lito ang buong mundo. Anong pinagkaiba ng sentence at ng clause? Kasi kung titignan mo yung independent clause kanina na definition, a clause contains a subject and a predicate and can stand alone as a complete sentence. So, ano nga yung difference ng independent clause and complete sentence? Ano yung difference sila? So ngayon, class, pag-uusapan natin yan, yung difference ng sentence and ng clause dito sa sentence structures. Didiscuss natin yan sa sentence structures. In the meantime, what I want you to understand is pag sinabi nating sentence, it is a group of words that expresses a complete thought and usually contains a subject and a predicate. Usually. Because may mga sentence na hindi naman kailangan ng subject and ng predicate. Pero tumatayo siya as a sentence dahil may complete thought. For example, thank you. Thank you. Hindi na natin kailangan ng subject and ng verb dito. We already know na this expresses a complete thought. Ano yung complete thought natin dito? It shows gratitude. Nagpapasalamat ka. So, meron tayong main types of sentences. Bakit 1-1 to lahat? Dapat 1-2-3-4 to. Hindi ko na to papaliwanag. So, pag sinabing declarative, makes a statement. Interrogative, asks a question. Imperative naman, command. Exclamatory naman, strong emotion. So, madali na yan. Madali lang reviewin yan. Pag declarative, declare. Interrogative, you're interrogating. Therefore, it's a question. Imperative naman, imperative, command yun command or request. So may kinalaman to na lang, isipin mo na lang empire, imperative, di ba? Empire nagko-command or nananakop. So, command. So, open the book. That is imperative. Exclamatory naman, expresses a strong emotion. So, dito ka gagamit ng question mark or ng exclamation point. So, yan yung types of sentences. Madali lang yan, kaya papyaw lang. Ang gusto kong i-discuss is yung sentences may also be classified by structure. So sa next video ko ipapaliwanag yung sentence structure and what makes a sentence different from a clause.